Hi everyone, this is Sean. Welcome back to my channel. If you find this video helpful, please share this video with other people. Today we are going to be talking about whether or not as a private security officer or loss prevention officer, can you lock a shoplifter inside the store? So earlier in the day, before I started this video, I saw this video and I think this video took place the incident took place in Cerritos, California. You have a loss prevention agent who is struggling to gain control over a female or woman shoplifter, and somebody locks them inside. I don't know if this is an employee. Anyhow, it looks like they obviously don't want this shoplifter to leave, so they take some other measures like locking the shoplifter inside the store. So let's talk about whether or not this is a good idea and whether or not this is legal. Obviously, I'm not an attorney. This is not legal professional advice. This is just my personal opinion. Can you lock a shoplifter in a store? Well, as long as that method is reasonable and you can articulate that you have reasonable cause or probable cause, depending on what state you're in, to make an arrest for shoplifting, then you can use reasonable force, reasonable methods in order to detain this person, in order to prevent escape. Does that include locking the doors? I would say yes, and I would say that would be reasonable, especially if this person is struggling, fighting with loss prevention, trying to get away. But is this a good idea? And I'm going to say I don't think it's the best of ideas, and here's why. You have building codes, you have fire codes. You have to allow shoppers inside the store, patrons inside the store, third parties, employees, the ability to leave just in case there's a fire hazard. Now, is there going to be a fire hazard within 3 minutes or 4 minutes or 10 minutes? Probably not. Okay, probably not. I'm just talking on technical terms. It is probably a violation of some fire code. You never know. You might get that person, that employee or that visitor to the store that needs some medication, and all of a sudden they can't leave the store. They're stuck because the doors are locked. So, is this a good idea? Maybe not. And they're going to argue, hey, that door should have been open. And this is one of many reasons. Well, it's a fire code violation. You have to have the ability to have egress just in case there's some type of emergency. And here I'm having the medical emergency. Another issue that you're going to have is this. You might have a legal right to detain that person in the store for shoplifting, but do you have a legal right to detain the customers in the store, the employees in the store? Essentially, if they can't leave, they can't leave the store because you locked them out, you're detaining them essentially. If you're not detaining them, then what are you doing? Okay, so what you have is a potential criminal charge for false imprisonment. Is a prosecutor, district attorney going to charge you for that? Probably not, unless you're in San Francisco or Los Angeles. Only kidding, maybe not. What are some better techniques? Well, we'll get to that. Now, there's also a civil tort, a civil law violation of false imprisonment. Same thing. You just can't confine somebody inside of boundaries. You have to have a legal right to do that. You have to have basically a crime that just occurred, and that person is responsible for that crime, and you have to have reasonable cause or probable cause to believe that a crime occurred, depending on your state. On that person who you're detaining, you can't detain the shoppers in the store. You can't detain the employees in the store. You don't have any legal right to do that. You have a legal right to detain the shoplifter, but not them. Is this a situation where someone's going to bring a lawsuit to you? I don't know, probably not, but you have a greater chance of somebody filing a lawsuit against you than a prosecutor bringing forth criminal charges against you. Again, I'm just talking on technical terms. There's always that possibility. What are some better strategies? Well, if you are a loss prevention officer and you have a manager or there's another employee with you, have that employee or manager direct patrons, direct third parties, employees to an emergency exit. If you're able to direct them to emergency exit and they're able to leave the store, I don't think that there's going to be grounds for accusations of false imprisonment on a criminal or civil matter. because you're giving them a way to leave the store. So just think about that. Now, obviously, when you're if it's just you and yourself, just you, and you're fighting with a shoplifter, you know, it's kind of hard to delegate these things out of the the heat of the moment. But just keep these things in mind, and you might want to have a debrief with your team. If your team involves the client, maybe you're a contract security company, talk to your client. Hey, if I ever get into a struggle, if the doors need to be locked or you lock the doors, would you please open up the emergency exit door so that customers can also leave the business? Very important for those of you who are contract security. And why is that? Well, the lawsuit is going to go to the client and you. Your client is going to seek indemnification from you because you're a contractor. So it basically means that you're on the hook as a contract security company. Client is not on the hook. These are things that you have to discuss. And guys, please use common sense. I've seen some videos where you have like 5 or 7 looters with weapons inside of a store, and they lock themselves in the store. Why would you do that? Let them out. If they want to run out with jewelry, whatever, let them. They have weapons. Let them out. Okay. With everything put aside, guys, just put yourself in the shopper's predicament. You're over there shopping with your family. Don't, why do I need to be detained too? That person's committing the crime. Why are you detaining me too? Okay. Now for me, if I'm even with my family, I support security. I'll wait. If you want to lock the doors, I'll wait. I'll wait until you're finished. Hopefully it'll take 5 minutes, maybe 7 minutes for law enforcement to arrive or some other assistance, but I'll wait for you. But not everybody is going to be patient. Just something to keep in mind. We have a lot of intelligent people on the channel. I'm looking forward to the comments. What do you guys think about locking the detainee or the shoplifter inside of the store? Looking forward to the dialogue. You guys all take care, and please, please, please be safe.